Afghanistan memorial dedication stuff. That consumes so much of my year. So for a lot of people, you know, they look and they're like, oh, this guy's been in the community, so he's probably been, you know, he's probably got his shit together. But I really didn't have, I feel like I'm a newbie that really didn't get, you know, truly started like full-fledged, get my website up and everything until October. So I feel like I've only really been at this for the past 2 months. You know, everything else has been getting through my mindset of getting the believability of, you know, that this is something I can do. And, you know, all right, you finished your music website, you finished the memorial, now focus on this and really put all your the eggs in this basket. But
you were great at doing that whole interview process in Phoenix. That was just awesome. You really took to that. It was something you just ran with, took charge with, and just wanted, you see, that's your creativity, and you were getting a lot of pleasure out of doing that. And the people that you were interviewing got so much pleasure out of that as well.
Well, I feel like I inspired Corky. I feel like
definitely.
Corky and Alex, their first experience with a Momentum Day was seeing like, who's this smart Goujon dude? He's going around interview. He interviewed me. Like, so I feel like, oh, as a secondary thing, which was good because I benefited. Like that interview that Alex did with Justin was very inspiring for me. The modeling and everything. Like, so I'm like, okay, I'm full circle. I'm reaping the benefit of inspiring someone else. I think maybe they would have done it on their own. I don't know, but they saw me going around interviewing like a madman, so they probably a little bit of inspiration from that. But I got to benefit from their interview, so I was like, wow. I feel like the circle of life here is already, you know, with that. But I wanted to share with you during the interview, even though it's silly, with the trolls, and, you know, Chris Pratt, maybe less silly, but is that you never know what's going to be that moment that gives you hope or an insight that's going to be that light switch in your mind. You don't know what that moment's going to be, and it could be any day, it could be anything that sets you in. And that's what our opportunity is when we're advertising to people, is we're looking to be that moment, you know, that gives people a light switch of hope. And so, you know, mine was a cartoon, but you know, there's a very good chance that that light switch moment's going to be two Aussies, you know. So, you know, but you know, it's amazing because you really don't know what's going to be that moment. Like,
that's true.
The 5-second rule lady, Mel Robbins, she was falling asleep one night and she saw the launch of the ship. I mean, the NASA launch, and they were doing the countdown, and she followed her intuition. She's like, that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm going to launch out of bed and do the countdown. And then she's built an entire business around that.
That's right. It's something so simple, isn't it? Yeah.
So
it doesn't have to be complicated.
Yeah. So who knows? I mean,
your interview was truly authentic. It was really touching, because I know that Chris was impacted emotionally. Yeah. And I know that I was impacted emotionally during that interview. So I just want to say thank you to you for what you bring, firstly, to the community, and secondly, to what you bring to us as a friendship and a relationship, because you've been our biggest fan, our biggest supporter on this journey. And in those early days, it really is important for people to have that feeling that they're being supported and guided by community members or just anyone in general. It just helps so much. And you've always been there, always. And I just want to say thank you on behalf of us.
Yeah,
for that.
Sure. Yeah,
well,
totally.
You're welcome. It's definitely 100% reciprocated, because that's why I was so happy. And I feel selfish with the mastermind, because most of the time it's just like I feel like I feed into it more, but than anyone else. But I just, when I left the 90-day, I mean, when we left Arizona, I was like, all right, I really want like the core people that I click with to keep in touch with them. Like, there's so many things that are distracting, and I know, it's 18 different groups out there that you can be part of. And I was like, I just want at least a place where people feel safe, we can have fun and connect and keep the bond, tight. And my goal is 10 for 10. I want us to all be at 10 for 10. And I know I'm like starting from nowhere here, but I was like, hey, if Alex can do it,
you're on the back of that. You're there. You're there. You're going to be there. And I think Rowan's very close. And he's like, and I remember us saying, we're there. I remember September, Chris, you remember that?
Yeah, I do. Like, so how close are we? We're this close,
So I've got a little breathing room, but I with this whole new 10-day window and the black thing, I'm like, all right. I was like, I'm selling my house. The finances technically will be there, but I'm still not showing any leads or anything like that, like tangible for my wife. It would be a hell of a lot more helpful if I got at least a $1,000 lead in and say, hey, this is iceberg, baby. Let's and more so to give her the before and after price point, because to say, hey, because for people who have been in the community are grandfathered in until the end of this year, and for tax write-off purposes, we can get it at this price, or not only at the higher price, but the new price point, and do it next year. So I'm like, it's not a necessity. It's not necessary because, I gold at least, but it's just really where I want to be. I want to be, I want this to be my primary source of income and what I build the foundation for. And then all those passion things, the things that I'm really wanting to do with my free time, have the time and stuff to do it. But I know that this could be the financial buffer that gets that there. So I don't know.
You're right. And I think a lot of people, everyone in this community is right where you're at. And they're, they're tossing up whether it be, do I put money for marketing budget? Do I put money for positioning? This conversation is something that's going on all the time for people. And I think that what you're sharing with us is really relevant for everyone in the community. I think it's a really authentic conversation.